who are rolling at 7-1. And then you've got on the other side, you've got Crusaders who are on a 12-6 run this season. So both
Wow.
teams on.
I lost you for Offbeat. Are you okay? So, Newt's having a couple issues with the stream. It looks like it's getting all settled out, and we see the rollout coming through. I don't know if Offbeat's here. Offbeat, you still here, bro? Ooh, the ding coming in early as Soulsnatchers are on the offensive side right now. Crusaders looking for a way to get out of trouble here. Ooh, and there we have the first points on the board on the side of Soulsnatchers. It was chicken and rice and beans, actually chicken, rice, and beans in the proper order, taking those first 2 points and putting them on the scoreboard. Offbeat, you okay out there?
I am back. My mic is working. I can hear things. We're good. We're good to go. Very quick start there. As I was fiddling with my mic, didn't even realize we were underway and that it started. Great little opening there for Soulsnatchers, as it is now going to be Crusaders looking to turn it the other way. They're going to get it deep into the zone, but don't really have a man there on the disc. It is going to be picked up by chicken, rice, and beans, all three of them together. Gonna get it up to mid, but no, good little steal there. As it is going to be Crusaders taking it back, moving up the middle now. Now look to the right. They've got some time. They're looking for that cut pass there. Not quite going to find a target, though, as it is going to get picked up and tossed out by Teaspoon GI? TSPGI?
Tisp. You know, but that's fine. The disc is handled by Tisp, and Tisp manages to get it cleared out a little bit. Only manages to make it into the trap zone with it. It does come right back into the orange zone, being bounced immediately back by a teammate. But we do have it in the hands of Saw, and pushing forward, and is now being handled kind of in the mid zone, just outside the bubble. A little defensive scrum going on there as the offense, Koopa Troopa handling the disc and getting it to the screen. Oh, a nice block there by Chicken Rice and Beans. The disc is just freed up a little bit. Koopa Trooper on the haul there and gets it turned around back toward the goal. Little dip and dodge there, but now punished for its effort. It is cleared out by Soulsnatchers, but still not all the way out of the zone. So yeah, those moments of brilliance are coupled by moments of panic, or sometimes, as it does become in that gold rank. Sometimes Saw with the disc, getting it handed off to Koopa Trooper. What a save by a teddy bear, and cleared right back out. I think we lost Offbeat. The claim is there. Tips getting the points on the board. Now 4-0 Soulsnatchers looking for our friend Offbeat to rejoin us here on a Friday night here on VRML 1. Good to have you guys out here in the chat. I see 16 of you out there, but I'm sure there'll be more people soon filing in, as we're happy to be casting these matches on VRML 1 tonight. Got 4 in total. We've already done 1. It was kind of a little bit of a scuff match, but this one's forming up to be a nice, close battle here. As you see Chicken Rice and Beans handling the disc and chucking it right back through into the blue zone. Tisp handling it now and moving forward. Finding a pass to Bowtie. Zink looking around. Just chooses to stop right there in space. Befuddles the defense and gets everybody on the heel. As Koopa Troopa working the defense and getting the clear out there. Nicely done there. And it gets all the way back into Soulsnatchers. You there, Offbeat?
Yeah, I'm here, and yeah, there we are. Moving in, not quite gonna be able to finish. That's kind of been the half for the Crusaders, or the round so far, as they've had a lot of the zone time, a lot of the pressure, just haven't been able to finish these. Here's Koopa Troopa now with it, just gonna look for that long one. No, not quite able to finish, just off the bottom pocket corner. Looking for the reset there, but well read by TSP to kind of pick that up and get the clear, prevents that reset. Back the other way on the fast break. Is it again? It is. Chicken Rice and Beans putting that one in, up 7-0. Soulsnatchers have barely had the disc here, but every time they do, they've got those fast breaks and they're putting those into the net before the Crusaders defense can get back.
Yeah, Crusaders working hard, but not working as smart or maybe as effective as they might need to be right now. Taking another opportunity here to roll out with it. Saw rolling it to the right side and just missing that first pass. That's kind of mandatory to make that connection to get out of your zone. As the disc is reclaimed and bounced back into the traps on the other side. It looks like it's going to be Tisp handling the disc, and Roland looking around very quickly. Good eyes. Finds Zink on the side, cross pass. And the shot is good, but the soul is the goalie. The goalie's got good hands there as it gets denied, and looks like it's going to be Highway throwing it through. Gets high up in the trap, and it is reclaimed by Unpopular. Unpopular bouncing it around, and it gets right back into the zone. So here we go.
Yeah, but at least the man back on defense there preventing those fast breaks as he was able to pick it up and get rid of the immediate threat. But here they come back the other way. Chicken Rice and Beans with some space, looking for that long shot, looking for the mail slot. Isn't quite going to find it, but again, here they come back the other way. The quick two as TSP is going to put in for two, not quite getting the three that he was probably looking for. But still, great shot. And again, that counterattack, all their points on the counterattack. 9-0 now as we hit the halfway mark. And
Often you'll find that the teams that can turn the disc around on the interception and rally to the other end are the ones who wind up doing pretty well. As you see the nice disc movement coming out from Crusaders, really good first offensive attack and resulting in points. Highwaymen bouncing it off the low ding ring there and just right back into the goal. Beautiful, beautiful movement. I mean, where was this the last 6 minutes? Because this is the kind of play that Crusaders need to be doing all the way through from end to end.
yeah, absolutely. Great to see them finally get one on the board here, as it's now going to be out the other way. Coming with their first joust of the game is Soulsnatchers. They're going to get it cleared all the way down, looking for that fast rollout for the fast goals that they've been getting so much, but aren't able to connect theirs. It is going to get cleared all the way back out. But still not able to get to it as they didn't really have a stack in play here. They'll intercept the clear though, put it in up high, no goalie in the net. Now they are going to get back, and Unpopular is going to get stunned out there trying to make his way in. It's going to get thrown down in by a teammate. No one there, but gets a good favorable bounce off the back, moving in, got some space, and is going to put in for another two back-to-back points. Their first points of the round are going to get them to within 5 here, as we still got plenty of time on the clock. 3:30, as we've now got a 5-point game.
Loads of time. The echo time, 3.5 minutes is a ton of. Yeah, I'm very glad to see Crusaders amounting some offense. Could just be those opening jitters and being casted and all those sort of things can get in the mental there. Settle in, and maybe they didn't get a good warm up. There's a lot of things that can happen to a team that can make you come in cold and make you kind of make mistakes on the opening minutes. You see good possession there. Again, the pressure is on, and Crusaders are keeping the disc in the side of Soulsnatchers. Good backline play there. As you see Sawsaw roll forward with the disc uncontested for a moment, tries to get it passed up to the screen, but is denied by the screen itself, and the disc is just free. Now a good block and stun there combo as the disc gets claimed and moved deep by Chicken Rice and Beans. It's just free though in the trap, and Zinc reclaims it. Moving forward, has to pass up, but he's under pressure. He gets stunned for his efforts, and the disc is free in the blue side.
Yeah, and I mean, this is where the Crusaders have really thrived, is they have done well on defense here. No points allowed if it's not on a fast break. And so they're going to look to see if they can get a fast break of their own here, as they've got the clear through, but no, the stack is going to be broken up. Good job there initially, but that long three coming in from Highway, following it up after the first stack was stopped. The second stack comes in and says, boom, bet you didn't see that coming. Puts it in for three, and suddenly we have a one-score game. Highway doing the work, putting in his 5th point of the round to put them within 2.
9-0. Am I not mistaken? We were 9-0.
It was.
And now we've seen 7 unanswered points coming in from the side of Crusaders. Crusaders putting the pressure on as they're getting finally possession back in the bubble. It's a bounce attempt. It looked like it could have been shot. The reclaim is there, and the shot is in, and it is a tie game, friends. We have a minute and less than a minute and a half left in this round, and it is basically a restart.
I think it was 9-0 with 5 minutes on the clock.
Yeah.
So like they've pulled this together in like 3.5 minutes, going even quicker than Soulsnatchers were initially out of the gate. Crusaders here with the tie-up, you gotta think, Soulsnatchers, what are they gonna do here? They really need to slow it down. Like, you say they need to slow it down. That's usually what we would say in these scenarios where momentum is really against you. But again, all of their points have been on the fast breaks, as they're gonna miss that reset, which could prove costly. They will get on it quickly, but they are forced to make a rush pass and aren't gonna get out of the zone. The pressure is coming here from Crusaders, as they are gonna steal the disc with a minute left on the clock. They've got time to set up here and get a goal. They're gonna clear it in to the left side. They're first to the disc. It's going to be up above the disc. Is Unpopular centering. No, great save, Chicken Rice and Beans, holding on to this one, keeping it tied, getting up the tunnel as they look for the quick counterattack back the other way. This is their MO. They're going to be first down to this. Are they going to be able to finish it? As TSP, with all the space in the world, getting it back together when they needed it most. Great save, setting up a great counterattack and taking the lead back, stopping that 9-0 run.
Yeah, just in the nick of time. Mathematical time is in play still. There are a few seconds left on the clock. 17, in fact, for them to get the score in if they're going to take the lead or tie it up. We see Highwayman handling the disc on the right, on the side, makes the long pass through, but doesn't make the connection. The disc is free, got 5 seconds on the clock. Doesn't look like they're going to get it in there. Make a final attempt there, and it bounces off the Geo, and this round is going to go to Soulsnatchers.
Wow. I mean, you could have predicted the round at multiple points in that round, and you would have, if you had made bets at the beginning of the game or at the mid game on how this round was going, you would be clutching clutching your fists, being like, what's going on? I felt so confident, or I felt so worried, and then back and forth. Like, it wasn't a back and forth, it was one huge back and forth, a tidal wave back and forth. I have cast 16 games now since coming on as a caster here, and I really haven't seen anything quite like this. Usually it's been either a back and forth, or one round is all one team and then the other round is all the other team. This is the first time I've really seen it just like click partway through. But hey, big heads up to Soulsnatchers to turn it around when they needed it. But again, all those 11 points are coming off those fast breaks, so I'm interested to see if Crusaders do anything to adapt this round to try and prevent those.
Yeah, good effective use of possession. You know, with Soulsnatchers actually having less possession time, but actually more points on the board. So, you know, the shots taken are dead even, the assists are dead even. So it's all just coming down to how well they're handling the disc when they have it. They're starting right into round 2 here, so we'll see if what team shows up to round 2, because it seemed like we had 2 different Crusaders teams there over the course of that round.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, initially they were having the possession time and just weren't finishing their chances, and I feel as it went on, they started to actually finish those. So if they can keep that up, I see no reason why they shouldn't be able to dominate this round if they can keep those fast break opportunities the other way down, as they're going to clear this one all the way in. As Bounty scores the goal. Oh, it's off the post. Are they able to tuck it away? They are. Koopa Troopa is going to put away that rebound after what would have been quite the long bouncer. They'll take it, they'll take for 2, and they'll take their first lead of this game so far. They really went up 2-0.
Yeah, as games go, as mental states go, had that bounce gone in, that would have been a pretty hard hit, actually. The 2-pointer being, you know, the low cleanup has a little less impact in my mind. But we'll see how it plays out. Oh, as the defense just reads that one, flows right on in, and turns that into offense. So you see him, Zinc actually picked that one off mid-flight and just turns it around for Soulsnatchers. They're trying to get out of their bubble. They just finally make it out of there. The big bounce comes off the trench, and it is reclaimed by Chicken Rice and Beans. Looking at an open net, but doesn't manage to land the shot. The reclaim is there. Tisp is there and chooses to reset. Very wisely resets back to Zinc. And they're just going to reclaim a moment here and look around. Got Teddy hanging back and also helping out. Gets the reset pass and pushes it over to Zinc. Zinc looking around. Doesn't have any options other than straight ahead, and takes the option and makes the conversion. Now 2-2. Dead even game. We have just about a minute and a half off the clock there.
Yeah, Soulsnatcher showing that they are able to play the slow game as well when they need to. Can be very hard, especially when you're sure they have definitely realized that a lot of their points are coming on fast breaks. And so it is good of them to be able to recognize and slow that down. It's not a great joust coming out here. Still recovered by Crusaders, and they will at least get it out of the zone for now. They'll be first to the disc too, and that stack is going to miss it as it's bounced in. Who's going to be the first to it? Stacks are racing in. It is going to be Soulsnatchers getting back to that one. Not quite hitting the clears, but they're kind of back to where they were in that second half. Missing the clears, and it is going to get punished here as Koopa Troopa is going to put in that open 3 and reclaim the lead for the Crusaders.
Yeah, Crusaders kind of doing back to Soulsnatchers what Soulsnatchers did in the first round, which was make use of those interceptions, make use of the transitions. Not doing it on the big speed and boosting clear, but doing it on just fine interceptions and making most of those things as they happen. They see the first pass going out, Zinc taking it and just biding a little time and waiting for that stack. He's staring him down to commit to it, and they do, and he chucks it over, but doesn't manage to make the connection. The disc is declaimed by Teddy as everybody's hanging back on the side of Soulsnatchers, just playing a little bit of respect. And you see the double stack forming up and challenging again. They throw back to the reset. There's a stack hanging out back there looking for the dribble play moving forward. The dribble does kind of break up, and it is read by the blue side and chunked all the way through. That one on the hands of Highwayman. So the long clear there, and then not quite anybody taking possession. The stack is there, stacking on the side of blue, making the pass. Koopa Troopa with the disc, looking at it, but getting stolen away by Zink. And Zink clears it out.
Yeah, great steal by Zink, and it was very nearly a dangerous opportunity there. Good job by the defense getting back. As the long clear, the net is open. Koopa Troopa spinning around. Oh, he's going to avoid the stun, the stack, and he's going to put it off the head of a defender who keeps that one out of the goal and keeps it a one-score game. As back the other way, they're looking to clear it, not going to get it through though, as the stack goes rushing well past it. It's slapped into the offensive zone, and the stack doing a good job to get back there, as it is going to be Zink, and it's going to be Zink getting the clear. They've got all the way down into the zone. Who's going to be the first stack down to it? Soulsnatchers had the stacks, but no. Looks like some good stun work on the other side via the Crusaders is going to give them lots of time to get back to this one and prevent the quick counterattack. They'll try to push into the zone, but get it turned right back at mid, as looking for the long three, or at least the long pass. It is not going to get scooped up underneath, and it will get picked up here by the Crusaders, who will clear it back.
Yeah, I think that's one of the first turnover conversions that Soulsnatchers has not monopolized on. It winds up all the way back in their side, and Tispa is taking a look at it and has a clear built up. We'll see if the stacks get through there. There's a couple of defenders back in the zone. The stacks kind of overshoot everything, as you see the blue team converging and having a powwow on the disc there, as it is immediately intercepted on the clear. So we're seeing a good cleanup now. Look, I believe it is Tis with the disc now, and passes over to Zink. Zink, oh, big shot, but big save by Saw, taking care of that one and just buzzing that one in half. The clear is not made all the way through. Zink, the pass down, looking for a friend, got a friend, another pass. Oh my goodness, the dip, the dodge, and the points are on the board. It is a 1-point match with just about a half of this one left over.
Yeah, Tisp, just after that first one, was robbed by the quick flash of a hand from the Crusaders. Realized on the second one, nope, not trying that one again. He's going to walk that one in and get the nice, safe dunk and cut this lead to 1, as we're seeing a little bit more of a closer, more consistent game from both teams here in this round. As Highway is moving in, has a cross pass, they're 2-on-2, gets a good pass away from the defender. Oh, dang it. Off the top, though, as they did a great job of moving that back and forth. Gonna grab the offensive zone. Koopa Troopa is gonna steal it back. A couple stuns there from both sides are gonna keep it loose. It's gonna get slapped back in, but there is no Crusader there to pick it up. And Soulsnatchers trying to clear middle, but hitting Bowtie on the way out there. As all three of them kind of cluster in the corner there. They come away with the disc though, and are looking to stack, but no, the stack is gonna get broken up, coming back by the Crusaders and stop the quick chance. As back they go as Highway looks to clear it in and at least try and get something set up here. But neither team's really able to solidify anything here. As back it goes, back intercepted. We'll give them a second here to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, you have the big sky shot attempt there, but it is red immediately. That doesn't work on anybody unless there's just an open goal. The defense definitely rolling back in a hurry and making use of that hurry, as they do manage to get the clear all the way through. Now see if we get a good stack race going on here. Looks like the orange team's going to get there. They overshoot a little bit, as you do see Koopa Troopa railing that one right on in. He gets pressured, but pushes the disc up to Highwayman. Highwayman crossing it over, taking a shot, but there's 3 players in the zone, and one of them definitely had the presence of mind to slow that one down. It looks like it is TS, as the chat has corrected us so mercifully. TS handling the disc and getting pressured immediately. Koopa Troopa looking around, trying to get out of their zone, finds the wall of the tunnel and banks it in. And man, what a good pickup there, good read. The blue team moving the disc around beautifully. A shot on goal. Oh, just a little unfortunate there, as it does wind up in the hand of the orange player and pulled in. But it goes to the credit of the Crusaders taking that 3-point lead.
Yeah, Chicken Rice and Beans getting a little lucky there, as that was a bit of a... I don't know if I would advise trying to make that pass with a little spin around, flying away from the disc towards 4 defenders all in the bubble. But it worked out, and they got it. They got it to Chicken Rice and Beans. Well, sorry, they got it to a teammate under the goal. It was Chicken Rice and Beans who had it bounce off of him and go in. But hey, you take those breaks when you can get them, and now up by 3, crucially, as we start to run out of time here. 2.5 left. It is going to be TS moving in, lots of space. Goalie sitting down in the goal, and TS doing a very good job to read and recognize that, puts it top shelf, and brings us back to within 1.
Just version chat yelling, defense, defense. I see some good rooting going on there. Number 1 Bug, thanks for your help there. I saw Smooth Riding back there saying shout out to Newton Paps. That would be Good to see you, sir, Mr. Smooth Riding. Always nice to have you around. You see the rollout coming through. It is Crusaders on the roll, and man, what a beautiful set of passes there. But Chicken Rice and Beans is not having it. They read it, turn it around, and bounce it off the side wall to make it all the way through. A beautiful clear. The stack is there, doing what they do really, really well. On the roll. Oh, but Soulsnatchers, TS just not making the connection there. Maybe a little too casual, maybe just a little too cavalier. But the teddy bear is back on the back line to clean that one up and bring it forward again. Chicken Rice and Beans looking for the pass. Doesn't get it, gets defense instead, and this goes all the way back into the orange side.
Yeah, going back and goalie. Great little shot there from Koopa Troopa getting down first to the disc, putting them up by 3, crucially.
Just lost Offbeat, so I will finish his thought, putting that on the crucial points there, because this is the time when it really matters. We have 3 points separating two teams with 1 minute and 7 seconds left on the clock. Ooh, a big joust challenge coming in as the does manage to break the disc free before the QB could handle it. It's going to be a race to the disc and a little slap out by the Crusaders, moving it back into the orange side. TS handling the disc, moving it out. 50 seconds on the clock. It is advantage blue side, so orange has to score right there, and they do. Zinc nailing the long shot. Beautiful, beautiful shot out there for Zinc for 23 meters out.
Wow, Zinc not on the board a ton this game, but clearly putting it in here where it mattered and bringing us to another close round here. It's 9-9. We saw this. We saw a really close game here as it was Crusaders with the chance to kind of take the lead back in the last round, weren't able to finish it. They got a little more time on the clock here. Let's see if they can do it, but no. TSB doing a good job. TS doing a good job to get back and steal that one away. Not able to get the clear though, as Saw with it. 10 seconds left on the clock, looking for the pass down. Not going to get it. Disc is floating loose. It is going to be picked up though. They'll get that crossover under the boot. Look and take the shot. No, that's going to be saved, and we are headed to overtime.
OT, babies. This is a heck of a game. Wow, what a choice.
Wow. I mean, this is, you like to see this. You got two teams on the up and up, so both of them have a lot of pride that they're coming into this one with. And so I'm really hoping we see a round 3 here, but like honestly, this could go either way. No real way to tell. Both teams have been playing very evenly this round, not nearly as swingy as we saw in that first round. As the stack's coming in from here, they're gonna have the disc. Is this it? No! Stolen Chicken Rice and Beans saving what would have been a sure goal. It's gonna get it out of harm's way up to the mid, and TS is gonna grab it and launch it all the way down, sending it deep into the zone.
Yep, deep in the zone, but the stack is back, and they managed to handle the disc and get it at least into the trap zone. It is under heavy, heavy pressure. The orange team all kind of in that mid zone, looking for how to make this point here. TS got the disc, TS got the points, and TS takes the round. So it will be Soulsnatchers taking that clean sweep in 2. Very, very hard fought battle by Crusaders. Mad props to them tonight. Really showed up, showed how they could turn it out. Just a little tiny bit short on the effort, but wow, what an effort.
What a game. And like, it was very fun watching, especially on the Crusader side, Koopa Troopa and Highway. They accounted for all the points for the Crusaders. They are very clearly two people. We could see their passes back and forth. They were very well in sync, and I think that's a big part of why they've done well and why they've had a good run to the season. That offensive stack is clicking, and they are clicking very well. At this point, the thing to get them to the next level is to get those other teammates involved in the plays and having them contribute a little more. Once they get that rolling, I think we definitely will see a lot from them going forward. Soulsnatchers, just all around great game. They showed us early on that they could do those quick breaks, and then in the second round, they showed us that they're not just a one-trick pony, that they are able to get goals in a variety of ways, and were able to make some clutch saves and clutch goals when the pressure was on. Excellent, exciting game.
Most definitely an exciting game. We have another one coming up here in a couple minutes. The next one, I'm not remembering off the top of my head who it's going to be. Let me give me 1 second to look that up. But we are moving on to the next round. We'll get those prediction points out in just a moment. Let's see. The next match up will be on this channel, Below Zero versus Tenacious Herbivores, and that will be starring me and Newt. We're going to say adieu to Mr. Offbeat, who is just going to hang out here for this one match tonight. So thank you very much, Offbeat, for for coming in and hanging out with us and keeping us company. It's always good to see you in the arena, in the booth, and hear your casting, friend. So it's good to have you. And we're gonna take that quick break, and we'll be right back. Hey. Welcome back, and this is Newt and Dad continuing on. I have Newt on the cams. We just had Offbeat here in the booth, and now he has departed, so I am flying solo yet again. This match will be Tenacious Herbivores versus Below Zero. These are gold teams. They're both kind of ranked in the 90-ish rankings or so. Actually 94 for Below Zero and 87th for Tenacious Herbivores. These guys, I've seen a few of these teams a few times. Actually, Below Zero, is newish to me, but there's always a couple familiar names here and there. We'll see how this plays out as we heard one of the two ready ups going in. This on the Below Zero side we have Itz and Jay. Boss Gun and Whimsy. On the side of Tenacious Herbivores, Green Shirt, Knight, Becca 5, and Cash Flow. There's a couple of familiar names to me in there. Becca I've heard of, Knight I've seen before. You know, Cash Flow I've seen. So there's some good people, you know, and some unfamiliar names. So, you know, we'll see what this turns into as we hear the ready ups go, and the disc is centered in the middle, and we are about to go on this joust. If you haven't put your prediction in, put it in. I see there are a few votes out there, and the disc is in play. Nice joust, 2 seconds on the joust on the side of Nation's Herbivores, taking that first touch and moving the disc down into the below zero side. You see the back pass coming out. A nice reset there. Cash Flow handling the disc, moving forward, looking around, shooting low, and scoring it. First 2 points on the board. Easy peasy lemon squeezy from 5 meters out. Cash Flow.
12, 11, 10, 9, 7,
Okay.
5, 4,
One of them is AFK, so one of them is going to be helpful in this rollout here. Jay rolling out on a 3v4, looking around and getting pressured by Knight. Makes the first pass over to Whimsy. Whimsy looking around, but because they're 3v4, they're going to be a little bit short on options. Chooses to make the pass across to Boss Gun. Boss pushing it right back over to Whimsy. Whimsy moving forward, saying, I don't care if it's our 3v4. It makes a shot, but just off the ding ring, so unfortunately, not quite on its spot. That one comes through into the trap zone. Jay looking to reclaim it, pushes it forward, and a nice throw forward. A little scuff off the side of the shield, I believe, as the disc comes right back out. Jay looking at it, finding a way to get past one there, but does get stunned by the second one as they were kind of huddled up on him. Whimsy now chasing this one, and Knight is going to be probably a foot race. Knight claims it, yanks it through, doesn't get stunned, leeches, pulls all the way through, manages to reclaim the disc, looking for a shot, but doesn't take it. It just comes free on a stun and a half-arm throw there as Whimsy claims that one, gets stunned right at the middle moment of getting the disc and pushing it right back out into blue. Cash Flow kind of walking back under no pressure, looking to claim the disc, gets it, bounces off the ground, little style points there, dancing away from the offender there, and makes the clear all the way deep into the orange zone. It is now up, and it is Whimsy on the ceiling, inverting, grabbing the disc, but making the pass to Knight on the other team as Knight bounces it off the ceiling, finds his friend on the ding ring. Green shirt slams the Dunkachino for the alley-oop. It is now 4-0. Slow scoring game, but we're getting going there. We got the fourth one back in the arena and back in motion, so hopefully that didn't cost Below Zero too many points or too much momentum. We'll see them come back out and hopefully retaliate for this. The rollout coming through. Boss plays. Boss Gun throwing it over there. Boss plays. He had another person somewhere else in no space as the disc gets free down in the blue trap. Knight reclaiming that one and tossing it through. Getting a good chunk through there. My goodness, they just moved fast there as Cash Flow rallies and picks it up. Has nobody pushing him and gets a bounce kind of off the defender there in the goal. Boss Gun credited for the goal, but it is Herbivores scoring that one, making it now 6-0.
9, 8, 7, 6.
Number one telling me there was 2 Below Zeros last season. I believe that. That's a pretty popular name. Probably one with a dash and one without. Holy, who changed their name from Griffins? I didn't catch the first part of that conversation. But the disc is getting pressured into the orange side. Knight taking the shot. What a beautiful save by It's. It's claiming it and throwing it deep, but it doesn't clear out. Becca's back there to pick it up and bring it back in for their side, and that one is done and done again. Unfortunately, Boss Gun getting another hand on that one and not being able to get the credit for the save, and it is now 8-0. So that is rough.
7, 6.
McLovin, good to see you, friend. The chat is getting some people in there. We have 35 viewers according to the Twitch overlay. Good to have you guys here on Friday night. Echo Arena VRML 1. I am Newton Dad. We have Newt _ is the cams tonight, making his cams debut on channel 1. What a beautiful attempted shot there. It's reclaiming it for the defense and managing to get it up into the trap. That might wind up being a self-pass, but not quite. Jay picks that one up and chucks it through as the disc just kind of ambles its way into the blue side. The stack was on. It's trying to reclaim it, bouncing it off the backboard, not getting any production out of that one. As it comes through, Becca's in the neighborhood, but Scrum is also several people kind of clamoring there. It's inverts on the ceiling, picks up the disc, and is just looking to bounce it. Wow, a nice little bounce pass back to Jay, who inverts. and then throws it forward. So we got almost the whole team inverted here, or at least half of them. Boss Gun getting the cross pass, ooh, and just dings it off the ding ring. Best goalie NA, as we all know. That one winds up being an elaborate self-clear and coming all the way deep down into the orange side. Boss picks it up and hurls it back out under pressure, but doesn't get it anywhere very productive. It is picked up by Itz, who bounces it off the wall to themselves and then slaps it forward into the blue zone. Nobody on their team there to reclaim that one, so that one comes right back into their zone. The orange team playing good backline, and just we're playing a good game of ping pong, as now the disc goes right back into blue. Blue picks it up, bounces it off of Geo. It is Whimsy trying to break this pattern of back and forth, and dumps it down low by the boot. A little dipsy doodle there. The shot is under pressure, so it goes wide and is not good, but the disc is still buried in the blue zone, as it has not been. But now below zero, really trying hard to make their first points and break this cold spell. It is still just icy cold for them, unfortunately, as they do everything they can to try to get the disc into the goal, but just getting denied at every single turn. Nice long clear coming in. It is a stack race. You see the blue stack moving super fast, rolls right past everybody, and still doesn't manage to make the conversion. What a beautiful save there. That was Boss Guns with the hands there. And is now working on the wall. Jay moving it around, try to move it out of the zone, but gets it intercepted, brought back, and bounced off the shield. It is down in the trench area. There's a little battle there, as it looks like it is Becca handling the disc, moving it back to their teammate. Yep, Cash Flow getting the disc, and then right back to green shirt. So they're playing a little monkey in the middle there, but then the hurl goes through, yeet into the zone. Shot trying off the backboard, not quite, hits the ding ring instead. This one still trying every possible angle, but then Herbivores decide to slow this one down a little bit. Becca doing the reshot there. Not quite in. Good defense rolling out from below zero for the last couple of minutes. Kind of holding everything to a standstill. But the offense needs to get down here, needs to claim this, and needs to score it right here. But oh my God. What a save by Knight. Beautiful hands there. Just presence of mind. Super hard to save to make. Absolutely. Boss handling the disc one more time, and that one finally breaks the silence as an inside shot. Boss Gun for the first two on the side of below zero.
11, 10, 9, 8, 7.
Yeah, chat loves the saves. Casters love the saves. We all love the saves. Farsight, thank you for saying you love the cast. We love doing this. So that's why me and Newt are here tonight. Just to get a couple of rounds in, get some echo on our screens, and hang out together with you guys. It's a little bit of a back and forth kind of no man's land in the middle there, as the disc does finally pop loose into the blue zone. Knight reclaiming that one, Cash Flow in tow, and they clear it through, looking for the dribble play. It is broken up just a little bit. The disc is in the orange zone though, and there is some good pressure in the neighborhood as the defense, offensive Herbivore spreads out across the whole arena. But the disc is pushed forward. Whimsy handling it, but gets the drive-by stun pushed on them. It reclaims the free disc as it just kind of breaks loose. A little cross floor to Whimsy, looking for where to go with it. Looking back very wisely for the reset. Gets the reset. Boss Gun slowing it down. Looking at Jay. Jay crossing. And 4 points. That is 4 unanswered points now on the side of below zero as they reel themselves back into this game. It's now only a 2-score game separating them. We have 1 minute and 37 seconds on the clock. It's going to be close. If they do have a little bit of time, if they can execute very, very quickly right here and get some points on the board. It is high pressure time for below zero. Time is on the side of Herbivores as they get the long clear through, but nothing happening there. It is coming back into their zone. Jay hurling it low and getting it tied up with the Geo, but Cash Flow is there in the neighborhood to claim it. That may be the difference in this round, is the long clear is made, and there are friends down there in the orange zone to reclaim this one. Any points on the board was going to seal this on the side of Herbivores, but they are slow handling it right now as they do have a lead, and it is okay for them to be slow handling it. Green shirt with the disc, looking for the cross pass right in front of the unattended goal, just a little bit in front of their friend. So the big clear is made. I do not believe we have enough time to make this happen if the points are either scored right here. A 1-point game. We'll see what the mathematical time looks like as we come out with a 1-point difference. It's going to be really, really close. 25 seconds. So it is possible. It is not probable, but it can happen. and 25 mathematical seconds coming in right now. So here we go. Count them down with me. Cash flow with the disc, looking 21 seconds. Disc pushed through. It is then returned back to cash flow as they have the lead, and they can protect this lead just by moving the disc around. It is now Knight up on the ceiling, doesn't have pressure. They're respecting him, trying to make sure that they don't get anything pushed past him and too much pressure. The cutoff is there, but unfortunately it is just not enough time. Below zero does rally, but doesn't manage to warm it up to the point where they can get into the game and get the actual win out of the first round of Tenacious. Looking at those mid-round stats. So, seeing that the points are, of course, on the side of Tenacious Herbivores. Unfortunately, I don't have all the stats here. It looks like we might have had a dropout or two. But we're seeing, a really, really nicely played game by Herbivores. They're doing the offensive things that they need to do. They're making the turnovers, making the boost and clear, work for them. They're getting their shots in, and honestly, that's just been the difference maker in this one is landing the shots versus not landing them. The attempts are pretty close if I'm not mistaken, but it's just a matter of converting on those attempts. The good defense coming in, of course, has made a big difference as well. We've seen good disc movement, and this is a gold match. So in the gold ranks, they get these moments of flashes of brilliance, and then there's still some loose edges. So that's what we like to see in these gold teams, is just kind of tightening up, just kind of making the better passes, making the better choices. Not making as many panic clears, not making as many panic shots, and just executing, as those teams in the higher ranks do. We're in the second round here. The first round Herbivores took away, so we'll see if Below Zero comes out with guns a-blazing. They got some good momentum in the last round. Let's see what happens here. It looks like it is going to be in the hands of Below Zero as they rally through, and unfortunately don't rally the shot. Cashflow in the neighborhood to reclaim that one, pushes it deep into the orange side. Almost could be a shot on this nice low bouncer, but doesn't quite make the bounce quite possibly happen there. As we see Cashflow dumping it across, Knight on the move, has some good momentum and just manages to carry it all the way in until he's too close to handle, and that is a nice short shot for the first two.
12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh yeah, Newt bringing out the point that Chicago's and Headbutts have been a big point maker in this whole game. So better than half the points in the whole game have been off the Chicago's or Headbutts. Very unfortunate, but points are points. We don't like to bring that out too much, too often, because the game is what it is, and we all play it. We're all on this equal playing field. So, it's unfortunate sometimes to have those things go in the way they do, but they do. It's a pass back. Ooh, nice dangerous pass. A reset to green shirt. It always makes me a little bit tense as I see those guys clearing back to their own goal. But Becca now slapping the disc out as we see Herbivores trying to get this tenaciously out of their zone. They do make the nice big clear, and the stacks are on. It looks like it's going to be hurt. Nope, it's going to be a 50-50 there as Cashflow puts a stun in instead of taking the disc. Gets the pass forward. Knight loses the handle on it just momentarily, but does manage to reclaim it and put it into the goal for the 4 points on the lead there for Tenacious Herbivores.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
All right, Below Zero. It's rally time, boys. You need to get back in this. Boss gun, grab your folks, and let's go. It's rolling out. It's a stack chasing it down, but the stack is moving in the wrong direction. So Boss Gun in the neighborhood picks it up momentarily. It's reclaiming it, and then it is in the hands of blue team. Well, actually, it's a little bit of a fight. So Boss really rallies to get the disc, but makes a shot off the shield and comes right back in the favor of the blue side. So a little swat there as you see it finding its way into its hands. Moving forward into Jay's. Into Boss back to Jay, but the stun is there from Becca. Not having that. We're not playing that monkey in the middle game down this deep in the bubble. So it's reclaiming. Jay getting the disc. Cross pass there. Oh, but the deny. Wow, what cash flow. Cash money. Cash in the bank. Defense aplenty. That is beautiful. And we see the disc is free down deep in the orange zone. Whimsy picking it up, getting it out of the zone, possibly. Got it to Jay, but not quite out completely. Cash flow in the neighborhood. Puts the punish on and brings it right back into the orange side. A high pass looking to make it to a friend, but it gets red and gets brought right back out into the midfield. Stack is there, but it goes off the Geo in the process of trying to move forward. Jay stuck around, takes the disc and moves it back over to Whimsy, who's on the other side. Whimsy now working up that wall, passing it back over to Jay. They're just waiting for their teammates to roll back into the zone, which they have now. They got pass underneath the goal, little sealable slam, and that is good for the first 2 points on the side of below zero. It's good.
10, 9, 8.
Oh, and a timeout coming out. Looks like from the blue side. Yep, blue team paused. Maybe, I don't know what's going on here. I don't see anybody falling out of the match, but at the moment it is just all quiet. Let me pop over there if I can see into the locker rooms. It looks like Knight is out of the headset, so we do maybe have just a moment of technology or personal break. Who knows? Sometimes you just need to take a moment. I'm sorry. No, you don't have to hit any timeout button. It's all automatic. Newt asking questions in my ear there. That overlay shows over the mini map, so you guys can see that it was the blue team who took the timeout, and it's the blue team who is hanging out, looking for a little bit of time on their side. It's sometimes you just need that, and it looks like Becca's also out of headset, so we sometimes we just need a moment to see what's going on. Maybe the dog's barking. Maybe the kids yelling at you. Who knows? Life happens outside of Echo, even though life happens inside of Echo. So we're happy to have it happen both ways and all ways we can. So good to have you guys here tonight, and good to have you guys in the chat talking to us and hanging out. We have, this game and one more on the docket tonight. We have 9 o'clock Eastern. I'm sorry, 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central is our last game. It would be a bunch of baby ducks, and I can't remember who they're going against, but it'll be immediately following versus White Roses. Thank you, Newt. That'll be immediately following this match. So if we're not tied up too long in this, hopefully, we'll go immediately into that. And if we are, then we'll hopefully they'll hang out and wait for us to get that game on stream. Awesome to have the casting, the matches, and tonight not necessarily the premier matches, because I think a lot of the upper echelon is probably off at the LAN that's happening this weekend. So we're seeing a lot of the mid-tier games, a lot of the golds and the plat games happening kind of instead, which is great. Good to highlight these guys and show them off a little bit, because they deserve the screen time just as much. And this one being Tenacious Herbivores versus Below Zero. We are on round 2. Herbivores took the first one, and they're looking to take the second one. A 2-point lead, so not a lot of buffer on this one right now, but they're looking pretty good. Below Zero gave them a run for their money in the first round. Didn't quite make it as it just was a squeaker. And then, they're staying in this one very, very nicely. So we're seeing a little bit of disc moving over on the side wall over there, as the pressure is everywhere on that side wall. And the big boost coming out from Below Zero, looking to move very, very quickly down into the blue side. They managed to get the disc down deep and the people, but scuff it off of the Geo, so it winds up slowing them down just a little bit. But the inevitable happens, which is the tie game, and that is now 4-4 from the hand of Jay, putting that one in for a quick 2.
9, 8, 7.
Yep, still half this match, half this round left to go. 5 minutes or so as they roll out. It is now Tenacious Herbivores looking at the offensive joust, moving across. Got a couple passes done already. Good disc movement. Cash flow with the disc. Chooses to go against the side wall. That winds up being right in the hand of Boss Gun. Had Boss Gun not been there, that'd have been totally in, because that was a beautiful, beautiful shot. Unfortunately, I don't think they knew that the goalie was there. I didn't realize it. And second, whoa, that cleanup shot, though, is reclaimed and done nicely as Knight cleans that one up and just finishes it. Beautiful, beautiful finish, as the points are now on the favor of Herbivores. Again, just a 2-point game, so it's very close. Love, love, love how this is unfolding, because it is just the best kind of game. Back and forth, trading leads, trading blows here. Oh, as the pressure was on, I was just waiting to see if Jay was going to get that one out of there, and they saw a lot of blue coming at him real fast. It is going to be Boss Gun working the disc forward, gets the attack thrown down on him in style, and the disc is reclaimed by Cashflow. Boss Gun says, nope, that's mine, bringing that back, tries the shot, but doesn't quite make it. It falls off the nest, and then the next one winds up bouncing off the ding ring. So unfortunately, the Geos are playing good defense tonight against the blue team. Against the orange team. As the disc is reclaimed on the breakaway, Cashflow making the moment count, getting the shot in, and now doubling the score lead from the below zero side. So Herbivore's up 8-4. I see number one asking for a round 3. You know, that's beyond our hands. We can give that up to the Echo Gods and say, please bring it to us. But you know, all we can do is ask. But this one is looking like it could very well go to a 3. Jay handling the disc, moving it down deep, under pressure by 2 players there. Boss paying for it dearly, and the disc comes climbing back into the orange side. Almost a beautiful shot as the headbutt comes through, as the stack comes racing into the zone and just bangs the disc with their heads. The clear made, and the transition, everybody overshoots, so it winds up being a self-clear back into the mid. It is going to be picked up by Jay. Jay inverting, looking immediately around to find a friend, looking at the ceiling, doesn't have a clear pass, so he winds up scuffing it, and it not wound up in a teammate's hands. It gets back into their side, below zero, trying to play some defense, trying to make sure that Herbivores don't put another 2 points or 3 points on the board there. Very close to having that happen, though. Becca passing it up. Oh, and Cashflow just cashing that one in. It is payday. 11-4 as the bleeding really continues and really needs to stop right here, right now, if below zero is going to take this thing to a round 3.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
So a little bit of a hydrate there for myself. And we're back in it. It's handling the discs, but getting it picked off immediately. Knight looking at the long shot, just off the mark, but the cleanup is there. Becca cleaning up that one, a little 1 meter, 1.8 meter, 14 meters per second. Beauty right there, no problem. Newt having a little up deck issue, but that's easily fixed by restarting that up deck. It'll come back in. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Come on up there. Yay. Okay, no replay for that one. Sorry, y'all. But Knight gets the disc on that rollout, and under deep pressure, there the orange team has managed to lose it now. Cashflow dancing around on the Geo, and just looking for. I mean, time is on their side. They have nothing to do but burn time here. That's all they have to do to win. It's doing what they need to do to win, which is intercept and move the disc out of their zone, getting the first part of that done, but not the second. The disc reclaimed, long shot, not quite there. That was off a Knight. Knight looking to maybe try it again from the other side. Takes another angle at it, spins around, but doesn't get it. Oh, but the Cashflow picking off the disc, intercepted by it from its in mid-flight. Wow, and just the pain just keeps piling up. Unfortunately, a minute left. It looks like there is no time, no mathematical time. This one is going to go into the side of Tenacious Herbivores. It's just a matter of running out this clock now. Jay moving the disc forward. It's handling. Doesn't have a good pass there. It goes sailing past the player. Boss Gun looking to pick it up, but just gets too much pressure there. Cashflow, who has done a heck of a job in this game, getting things done. Cashflow is passing deep, and it looks like it's going to be another couple of points. Nope, but unfortunately it gets pinched off the Geo there and gets freed up. Herbivores looking to just take a couple more pride points perhaps here as they push forward. Cashflow bouncing off the cone. What a beautiful save by Boss Gun. Nicely done. The defense, we've seen quite a bit of defense tonight. Very, very well played games. The final couple seconds roll off, and a little headbutt, and the clock is done. It is Tenacious Herbivores in 2. Takes that win. So let's see. We are 5 minutes away from our next round. We can sit and chat about this one momentarily. Just looking at the stats as they come up on the stream there, and just as we expected, Tenacious Herbivores just kind of working every stat angle possible. Got the points, got the assists, got the saves. Actually, they're short on the saves a little bit because again, you're kind of hard to get saves when you're not getting shot on as much. The steals, though, the steals was where much of this game was won. 71% of the steals in the hands of Tenacious Herbivores. Stuns really can help you control a game. And when you have 70% of the stuns over your opponent, you are definitely working them out. They didn't have the heavy possession time, so Below Zero had more disc time, but unfortunately couldn't convert with that disc time. That sometimes is how it works. The attempts are on the side of Herbivores. Really nice stat lines there. Good balance across all players. Everybody managed to get their bingo card stamped on the Herbivores side on every single column. Really nicely done. Below Zero, well fought. Unfortunately, not their night. And sometimes it's just not your night. You do what you do. But we do have another one to take care of, so we're gonna make our transition and get into that one. We'll be right back in about 4 or 5 minutes, though. So just hang out. Don't go anywhere. Okay, hey, we're back, and this is Newt and Dad, and we have Newt on the cams, and this game is going to be White Roses versus a bunch of Baby Ducks. Baby Ducks is one of my favorite team names of all VRML team names. I quite honestly love it. Really good teams, good guys. Underscore on Baby Duck side, underscore Stubbs, Tyrant XD, and Crystal Sun. On the side of White Roses, we have Hunter NM, Some Kind of Hero, Dual Game, and Vez. So we've given them the call to ready up, and we are ready to do our last cast of the night. So, wow, somebody went in big on this prediction. Somebody needs to claim the opposing side, and just in case they are wrong, because sometimes they're wrong. We got a league sub. Who's a league sub tonight? Dual Game is a league sub. Okay, that'll be interesting on the side of White Roses. Sometimes when you got a league sub, it can be a blessing, and sometimes it can be a curse. Really just depends on how you gel and how well that person gels with your team. Because, man, it can just be any old thing, or it can be great. They can wind up carrying. I've seen games go both ways, where it's been a tragedy or it's been a triumph. So, but we are hearing the ready ups and the start getting in play. So they are counting down, and the boosters are revving up. So we will see those players rolling out of those tunnels right away. Thanks everybody for hanging out here on the VRML 1 tonight with the Newts. It is me and Newt showing you the Echo games here. This is a what tier match is this, Newt? He forgot. I don't think it's gold. I think it's something higher. We'll have to look that up, and we'll make sure that's right on the overlay momentarily. As the disc is being passed around, and it is now in this. It's on the side. It's just making it into the White Roses side. On the drive now is underscore trying the shot, but not quite getting it in there. It just bounces a little bit off, as you see Tyrant picking it up. Tyrant looking for the pass to the inside, gets Crystal Sun. Crystal Sun to underscore toward the net, but not quite on the mark. It is then hurled back the other direction. Let me look to see what our illustrious stats say about this game's ranking. It is a gold game. Okay. Well, I'm not going to look at the stats. I listened to the kid. The kid's right. So it is a gold game. We've been doing gold games all night. The best of the best of the best. So, or at least on the upper side. So we see underscore handling the disc, and it is just down and not in the mark there. Little target practice. That's the words I'm looking for. As we just kind of miss a few one after another. We're getting a lot of shots on goal. The pressure is on the side of a bunch of baby ducks. They are moving it constantly toward the White Roses side. White Roses just looking to get something going, get them out of their zone. It's still 0-0, but it feels like the ducks are on them because everybody lined up. They're looking to keep pressure on them to keep them in their side. As it just does break free into the baby duck side. It is Vez looking at the pass and passing it over to some kind of hero. Hero getting smacked in the head. Dual game picking the disc up and trying to pass it forward to Hero. Hero not finding it. He gets slapped free. Move deep into the orange side. White Roses now on the run and on the back heel and not finding it because Crystal Sun makes the sun shine on that one. First 3 points of the game. Wow, we saw a lot of time pass there. But here we are with the first points of the match with 7 minutes and about 30 seconds or so left on the clock when they finally roll out of the tunnels and make the action resume. See White Roses rolling out for their first joust advantage, and it is some kind of hero with the disc over to Dual game. Dual looking around, chunks it across, but scuffs it off the double diamond in the process. The orange team was moving pretty fast, but doesn't manage to reclaim it. But they do pick it up on the fly there and return it back to the reset. Some kind of hero looking around with it, waving the disc, finds the pass up by Nest. That is the shot inside the bubble, and that is a beautiful two-pointer that Hunter has put on the board to get White Roses in this game. Not a big split yet. I mean, it's a 1 point game. The difference is three, a 3 versus a 2, but it feels like it's just been over on the orange side the whole time. You see Baby Ducks rolling out with their first offensive joust. Underscore throwing that one and manages to get it off the lip of the tunnel like we all tend to do sometimes. Do happen like that. But the reclaim is there. Hunter with the disc doesn't manage to get it into the goal. Scuffs it off the ding ring for a moment as the defense grabs that one, pushes it back towards the mid. It is an open free disc, and some kind of hero claims it for their team, moves it forward to Vez, and gets it, trying to reset. Gets it in the middle of traffic and gets swung away over to the side wall. Picked up by Stubbs, and Stubbs pushes it all the way deep, but it is the defensive side that's going to claim that one. Hunter looking around with a little bit of time, pushes it just past their teammate, and it gets returned right back into the end zone. Shot on the goal, and beautifully done. Crystal Sun for yet another 3, and that is, we're just scoring 3s if we're on the Baby Duck side, I guess. It is a 6-2 game, and beautiful, beautiful try.
7, 6, 5.
Refund channel points. What? It's still, oh yeah. It'll if nobody bet against it, it's just going to be a refund of points. Unfortunately, nobody took you up on that bluff, because they could wind up with a big payday if they did. bet a few hundred points would be a payday on that. As you see, Underscore picking up the disc and rolling back with Baby Ducks. They got the pass through, looking for the long shot, and that is on. Tyrant making a long shot. 29.9 meters. We'll round that up to a nice clean 30 and call it done. Threes only right now, still on the roll for Baby Ducks as they just keep hammering down. Yeah, that was one of those moments where I was in the spot on my cam where I saw it come out of the hand. It was absolutely lined up, and it was just dead on in. Hopefully, Newt showed you a really good angle on that one. I'm sure he did on the stream because he knows where to be in this match because he is a master tier type player guy. Aren't you now? Top of diamond, he says. So the disc deep into the blue. Blue turn it around, looking for their mail slot of their own, but Ding Ring is still the best goalie. Still never going to change. It's just always going to be there. Passing around, looking to get out of the orange side is the Team White Roses, but getting it picked off. A long shot, and that one's in for three. Tyrant ringing it in another three for the side of Baby Ducks, as they don't care. They're just going to keep scoring the threes if you keep letting them. They've missed 1 3. They've tried 5 and made 4. Incredible. Oh, number 1 asking why you don't hear Newt, because Newt is choosing to be the cams guy tonight and not choosing to be cams plus caster. It's a little bit much for a brand new cams person to try to think and talk at the same time and do all the things. So, you know, I feel it. I'm doing the same thing right now, only minus all the cams things. So it's hard enough just being a caster. We'll let him do all this stuff later when he's ready. He'll be ready soon, I'm sure. Yeah, when he's older, he says. When he grows up. Oh, beautiful disc movement. Finally, Baby Ducks, technically not breaking their chain because that one was a self-goal off of Vez's head. So we'll call that one a technicality as they keep their three-pointer reign up, but did work inside the bubble there. Does everybody have a 3? I haven't looked at the stats. Tyrant and Crystal Sun have the 3-pointers, and they're trading off blows there as the disc is under heavy pressure again. Oh, geez, just right back into the orange side. White Roses under deep pressure, heavy pressure, choosing not to pressure the disc too hard. The reset is there, but it's scuffed off the geo, so it will be challenged and it will be turned around into the blue side. White Roses looking to move forward, but only seeing blue people in front of them, so they choose to play a little bit more conservatively. The stack attacks, and that winds up turning the disc over. It is numbers, and it is, a heck of a save by Stubbs, making the moment count, and when it needed to. That was just right on top of him, and he said, nope, I'm going to turn that one right back around on you. The disc now free in the middle, but it looks like it's going to be underscore, and heavy pressure gets stunned as the disc and the team gets there right on top of him. At the same time, the disc bouncing off the near wall. You see Hunter handling it and choosing to bounce low. It looks like it could be in, but it is picked up by the defense. Stubbs making another good claim there, reading those defensive lines really, really well. The stacks are faster for the orange side, so they get back and get to try this again. White Roses, though, needing to do something with the disc when they have the disc. Like we said in the mid-round, they have more possession on disc, but they have fewer points, so they're just not as effective in the use of what they're doing with the disc. At the moment, they're passing, which is good, but the pass winds up bouncing off the geo, so it doesn't wind up being a good thing. So the long dump in doesn't wind up finding anybody on the blue side, and it winds up getting returned back into the mid, bouncing around inside the valley area in the mid, looking for a friend, but not finding anybody to slap. Just goes wild from Tyrant, and the shot, a little bit wide there. Tyrant there to slap it offline, so it doesn't wind up back in the reclaim. Another one moving deep in, dump in from the orange side. It is picked up by Dual Game, and Dual finishes that one off. It is now 4-14, but they are simply out of time. There just isn't enough. It will be the last minute ticking down here. Baby Ducks to take this round, but they took the timeout. Who took this timeout? Baby Ducks took a timeout. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Okay. We have a player that might be a little out of headset or having a tech moment, so We'll see how that pans out. They do have this one locked in. They could technically just play it out with a 3v4, and there's no math allowed where they can change the lead. They may not, and they know that. We know that because the Spark overlay tells us that. So it's easy for us to see, but it's not easy for them to understand. So Flare VR, should I do another funny? Well, I mean, Flare, that's up to you. Funny is up to you, and it's nobody's telling you got to do nothing here other than enjoy your Echo game. Flare VR had a funny go on with Retep the other night, where there was a game that was played, and then there was another sort of game that happened after it. And the game that happened after it was who can sub more and who can give more bits. And as you can see on the leaderboard for subs, there are 3 people up there: Golden Warrior, not KSE1, and Flare VR. They basically had a showdown of a sub off, if you will, and it looked like it went in the hands of Golden Warrior. So the bits race actually was on as well. I might have participated in that as well, a little bit in that. As the disc is handled, and it is in the hands of Blue. So Blue team, Baby Ducks, looking to finish off this round. They do have all 4 players in the arena, I do believe. I see 3 of them on this side. Nope, all 4 there. Points scored, 16 points now total. Tyrant taking that one, and the last few seconds are going to count off. There's only going to be a couple, so that's going to be the round here. Number 1 says, "Gift me a sub." Well, no, that's not how it works, friend. A gift happens when a gift is needed or felt or inspired. It's never on demand. Let's not be selfish. Number 1 Bugs is telling Newt to focus on his cams. Leave him alone. He's fine. He's got a very gentle and delicate ego. We can't go hard on him yet. All right, so we got stats, and the stats say that the points are all on the side, or lots of points on the side of Baby Ducks. As we saw, the rain of 3-pointers came in. Tyrant came in with 2 of them. Crystal Sun came in with 2 of them, and then Tyrant came back and scored even more. A couple points didn't show up on their side because they were off the head of other people on the other side. So, sometimes it'd be doing like that, like they do say. Maybe I'm just making stuff up. But what's really happening is Baby Ducks is executing very, very well on all their fundamentals, and it's showing. I mean, it's very hard to argue with a game that's that balanced. When you see passing like that, when you see stunning coming out, even they have they only have 43% of the stun, so actually they're not winning the stun game. But you see the attempts, the passes, and the saves that definitely coming in. So all the fundamentals across the board are showing up. Baby Ducks winning that one handily. I don't know where the prediction poll points went. I'm pretty sure they went towards those Baby Ducks, but we'll find that out a little bit later as they roll out in round 2. And we see it is the White Roses coming out basically uncontested with a 2-second joust time, and they do manage to get the first possession, pushing it back into Ducks' side, but the Ducks are all in the neighborhood. They're lining their ducks in a row, essentially. The passing coming through, looking good. A little scuff there, but we are moving the disc forward and in a cohesive way. As a nice pass comes through, a dual passing over to Hunter. Hunter making the shot on the goal, and this could be the momentum shift. I mean, it only takes 2 to get it started, and then the party just keeps rolling. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it's like that. But we'll have a party here no matter what, because round 2s are always a lot of fun. And round 2s sometimes are round 3s. I'm voting for the round 3. We don't have a game after this, so if we can go all night, we can do overtimes and all kinds of things. Tyrant rolling out, bouncing the disc off of the Geo on the pass attempt, but Underscore reclaiming that one, pushing it back up to Tyrant. Not braining there. As Underscore reclaims that one on pass and sets the points in, so it's 2-2. I hear you.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Got around 8.5 minutes left on the clock here. And disc in the hands of White Roses. Dual game handling it as the league sub, rolling out the quarterback. Staying back on the bow tie just in case, and that one's swatted. My goodness. They're coming in a hurry now on the side of Baby Ducks. Tyrant handling the disc, but not quite there in time. Gets it stunned out immediately and taken away. As it now is pushed deep, White Roses looking to maybe have a stack race here, perhaps gather some points, some more points. Hunter bouncing around off the Geos, making a shot. Tough angle. Not enough of angle on there to really get a good shot in there. Tyrant reclaiming that one, pushing it through long. What a beautiful try, but not quite online. It was just a little bit north of the goal. Dual game back there to pick it up and move it back the other direction. What a great try, though. That was, you can only count the millimeters that it was off. And that one on the breakaway happens in the favor of Hunter NM, bringing White Roses to a 2-point lead again. So we are seeing White Roses execute in a way that we did not see in the last round. They are definitely making the breakaways. They're making the deep passes. They're getting some good stacks going to get those players downfield and take advantage of those breakaways. So we see Underscore handling the disc, moving out with the Ducks, and we see Stubbs rolling it deep. 2 players on that side. As they look to set up maybe another little relay down, but the next relay doesn't quite make its connection. It is Crystal coming out of stun, making the attempted shot. Tyrant picking it up and just rocking it in from the other side. So the goalie's not knowing which side is which anymore, and bringing that to a tie game. 6 minutes and about 40 seconds left on the clock as we roll out here, dead even in round 2. Okay, here we go. Dual game, again handling the disc, looking for a quick pass forward to Vez, rolling that one to the side of the arena where we have 2 players. You know, we're just trying to move the disc. Nice hurl there forward. It looked like it might have been an attempted shot as the lane was open there for the male slot. Underscore returning the favor, bringing it deep into the zone of White Roses. Tyrant bouncing off the floor, looking for the pass, gets picked over by some kind of hero, stuns out and then picks that one out of midair. Probably wondering how they wound up with that disc in their hand. Tries the deep, long throw and finds Dual game on the pass forward. Dual making the cut pass over to Hunter. Hunter finishing that one off, and it is now 6-4. Ducks are behind in a way that they probably didn't even realize they could be in this game.
7, 6, 5, 4.
So we'll see how they answer the call here as they roll out with a 2-point deficit. 3-pointer would put them in great shape right now to start trading leads. As you see with Stubbs handling the disc, and it just is a little bit loose there. Some kind of hero picking up the disc, backing up, drawing that offender way deep. And it doesn't not work in their favor as the long pass is picked off. Crystal Stun getting stunned, or Sun getting stunned up there in the bubbles. Tyrant working around trying to get to this an opportunity moment. Oh, and what a nice bouncer off the back wall. That was Crystal Sun making that connection and bringing it back to a 6-6 game with just half this round left. So we're restarting right here. It's like a pub, except the clock doesn't stop. Okay, rolling out. We got Dual game handling it again. So I guess they've opted to just keep the league sub in charge of the offensive rollouts. Sometimes you just need that confidence. Dual's a very established player, has been around a long time. Ooh, under deep pressure there, Hunter trying to make that moment happen in the goal, but doesn't quite get the connection. It is picked up by Stubbs. Stubbs clearing it through, just lacing it past those 2 defenders who were stacked up and waiting, but they do manage to find a stack again and get the deep clear going. The stacks are reforming, and Dual game is, it's Hunter rolling in, looking at almost picking up that one on the fly. Hunter now picking up off the wall, centering it to some kind of hero. Hero getting all kinds of help in the goal there by Vez, and they finish that one up. It is now again a 2-point lead by White Roses. Flair decided not to accept. What did you not accept, Flair? The challenge. Oh, he didn't step up. Yeah, well, it happens. These things, it's like catching lightning in a bottle, and sometimes it's like leaving the disc behind, and that's what just happened right there. That couldn't have happened at a worse time. Ducks really needed to score right now, to keep the game close. I mean, it's still 3.5 minutes. There's lots and lots of time to happen. But what they needed to have is keep trading blows and keep the score tight. Instead, what we have is White Roses with 2 unanswered goals now and a 5-point lead. So the Ducks rolling forward. Stubbs making the connection. The relay down to Tyrant. Tyrant looking around against the wall. Finds the connection to Crystal Sun. Crystal Sun finishing that one off in style. That was 1, 2, 3, and done. Very, very simple. Very clean. And nicely done. Not a lot your defense can do about that, to be perfectly honest, as things just kind of unfold quickly. Number 1, looking for 3 rounds. I'm saying, yeah, I wouldn't mind having that 3-rounder as well. You see the rollout coming in, dual handling disc and getting the first pass over to some kind of hero. Immediately, Red picked off and pulled forward by Stubbs. Stubbs looking for a pass, backs it up into Tyrant's hands. Tyrant looking around, brings it back forward to Stubbs. We're just playing a little monkey in the middle, a little give and go. Underscore back to Stubbs. Stubbs with the disc, has a band high. A little too high for Tyrant, gets slapped down just off the ding ring. Very close. Very close, very close. Stubbs looking to reel this one in, does pick it up off the valley floor. And the shot, the pass is over to Crystal Sun. Sun looking to move it around, moves it off the backboard, looking for the bounce pass. Doesn't quite get that one. Is picked up by some kind of hero. Cleared all the way through. The stack races are on. Nobody's back there just yet, so it's going to be a second. We see the orange team flying in. Vez finishing that one off. White Roses taking some authority in their own hands here. This is a whole different game. This is not anything like it was a minute ago. Just Newt. Yeah, I think we might get this round 3. Math time is still working here. We still have some time on the board, some effective time for Baby Ducks to turn this thing around. It will be difficult, especially if they're not connecting their passes. That one finds a loose disc, finds Crystal Sun, but immediately picked off again. Some kind of hero working the defense there on the nest, taking care of business. Stubbs ducking that one as it gets regathered there at bow tie. Crystal Sun making a nice pass over to Stubbs. It is just immediately free again. Crystal Sun making the connection. Stubbs with the disc, bouncing it off the ring. Unfortunate, as that will bring us pretty close to math time. It's going to start counting down very soon. 13-8. It's very, very, very hard to be coming back from that sort of lead when you're not turning on the dime and really put the points in a hurry. See the loose disc? It is going to be Hunter NM picking that one up. Any points right here will definitely seal the fate for White Roses in this round. Taking this one absolutely to a round 3. We've got 27 seconds of math time left, and that will probably be happening real soon. Yeah, 19 seconds, 18. So they've got to dump in a lot of scores in no time. It is White Roses moving the disc around, taking advantage of that time on their side. That will ice it right there with 27, 26 seconds on the clock. No, not enough time left to do anything effective in this one. And we now will see a round 3. Final seconds counting off this one. They'll just barely get into the arena for the final 9, 8. 7, so a few to move it forward. There could be some momentum points if they really work quickly there, but it's just going to be the time. So that's it for that round. It is now 1 round each. Baby Ducks taking first round, White Roses taking second round. A nice turnaround there from White Roses. We saw a bunch of back and forth in the middle of the game, and then what really kind of the turning point was where Baby Ducks left the disc, or lost the disc essentially off the joust, and the disc wound up in the hands of White Roses, who took a 5-point lead, and that wound up being enough to keep them moving out of reach for the remainder of the round. So, sometimes it is like that, and some teams are just round 2 teams or round 3 teams, and some teams like to survey and look around and see what they're what they're playing against in the first round, and then adjust themselves and take on the next round in a cleaner way. Unfortunately, it looks like the stats are they okay? Yeah, they're 20, 22. Yeah, that's right. Just adding up all the points there. Those big 10s from the Baby Duck sides made me think for a moment, that couldn't possibly be true. But there are over 20 points already scored by that side. They just haven't scored them in consecutive rounds in a way that made them win the whole thing. So we will see this round 3 as the teams are moving right into it, wasting no time. We get what we ask for. We get our entertainments. So we can thank the Echo Gods for listening to our call. Unfortunately, it looks like the up deck is not going to work for Newt for a second here, so you're going to see the replays and me as well. I'll radio cast this one for a moment. As the disc is in the mid, it is not being picked up by anybody immediately. It goes into the blue side. Baby Ducks are on defense. Dual game handling the disc, rolling across the floor. Gets a pass across to some kind of hero. Hero passing to the stick, but just missing Vez by ever so slightly a margin. Vez picking it up off the loose wall, but it is bounced now high. It doesn't look like it's going to come out of the blue zone yet because some kind of hero makes a little bit wildish shot on the goal. We don't quite have you guys back yet. Newt working really hard to get that fixed up, but we will get it fixed. The disc is shot on goal, but it is just missed. The bounce comes out into the blue zone as Stubbs gets a hand on it and moves it even further out of the blue zone. Picked up by some kind of hero. Hero passing over to Dual Game, who's working on the floor, has a pass across floor, but only that pass, and it is challenged very nicely by Tyrant. Tyrant clearing it all the way out as we are back in the action over there on the stream. Crystal Sun with the disc bounces it off the valley. Interesting self pass there. Pretty sure that was it was perfectly intentional. Yes, absolutely. As the disc is now being moved around, there's two players on that side, from the blue side. Tyrant picking it up off the ceiling, inverting, walking up, not pressured, puts it in the goal. The goalie's under pressure, and Tyrant starting this one out with the first 2 points for a bunch of Baby Ducks.
11, 9, 8, 7, 6.
Newt is his own person, trust. There is no way anybody else is going to be Newt other than Newt. Newt is hating on up deck though, and I can feel his pain. I know the pain. Sometimes up deck does not cooperate. I suggest you bringing up deck on your phone, also as a backup, perhaps. Oh, the whole up deck died. Okay. Well, it is what it is, and we will look at technology things as that. It looks like a great shot coming in, but does not quite make its mark. That could have been a big difference maker in this round 3 as Baby Ducks reclaim that one and push it back into the orange zone. Another high, long clear. Nobody there to pick it up just yet. There is a goalie who will step out and grab that one. Hunter now making the clear, but unfortunately it winds up being a pass right into Tyrant's hand. Tyrant dumping it in the zone again. Underscore with the disc, getting it taken away by some kind of hero, really acting the part now as the disc is cleared deep, and it is, wow, that is another fast turnaround by White Roses. Interception, stack build, and coming down the field for the loose disc clear and boost. That's really working well for White Roses. I didn't say that very cleanly, but the interception, stack, clear, and boost is working well for White Roses. When they get it on working, it works really well, and it's making points for them. It's making, really all the difference for them. It's keeping them in the game. When they get the disc in a formed way in their offensive attack in the bubble, it has not worked out nearly as well for them as the fast break has. So we see the disc now, again, on another fast break, another shot. Vez trying that one out, but not quite making it. That one is picked up then by Crystal Sun. Crystal Sun bouncing it off the far wall, where there are two waiting orange players waiting to move it forward, just like that, into Hunter's hands, then to Dual Game. Dual, being poised and smart enough, knows that he doesn't need to push forward. He needs to wait for that player to move forward for him to pass to. Has a couple passes, but it is picked off, brought deep, and bounced off the Geo, and a lucky bounce there for Hunter. Hunter reclaiming, seeing the pass all the way across the arena. Picks it up, sends it over. Hero is there. Vaz takes the shot, just a little deflected off there, not quite in. It will be under pressure, deep pressure, heavy pressure. Tyrant picking it up with Stubbs and moving the disc forward, but right into the backline hands of Hunter. Hunter working that defense really well in the zone. Not pushing up so far that they're in the play, but definitely keeping their team in the play because they're back there. Vez dropping it off the wall, but not finding anything productive just yet. Is picked up by Hero and dumped in. Tough angle. Hero making that one 7 meters out. As we see it now, it's a 4-2 game. A very low scoring game with half of this one left. Kind of looks like last round. where anything could happen. The teams are trading leads. The teams are trading, possession on either side of the arena. It's not going, it's not going definitively on anybody's side at the moment. Newt called that one as in, but there was a goalie back there. Vez playing a deep. Newt knows that bounce, so he called it very quickly, and he was right. That was absolutely on the mark. That one's also looking really good, but not finding its mark. It finds a defensive player. The bounces off the ceiling are getting read very, very well this season. Not a lot of people are getting that one in, especially when there's defense back. An open goal, definitely you can make them, but that one being a favorite of many people. They like that boop shot. Loose disc now on the side of blue. Stubbs picking it up, bringing it back into the mid, where it is immediately picked up by Duel Game. Duel moving around, making some space, finding his teammate down there. Vez down at the boot, dances around, gives a little back push and a little try, but it doesn't go where it needs to go. Off the Geo a couple times here, as the disc is just going to be floating loose. Hunter picking it up and slapping it back, not really looking for who sending it to. Duel pushing it back, and the send back doesn't work properly off the ding ring. Frighteningly close to a self goal, but it still winds up as the net result same. So Baby Ducks giving up, White Roses giving up that point there. Baby Ducks Tyrant taking that one to task. It is now 4-4. Where did the 3-pointers go, Baby Ducks? Those were what was making the difference in the first round, and those have gone cold. We have not seen it rain threes in a while. Duel Game handling the disc. We have 3.5 minutes left on the clock or so, as this is tied up still. Round 3, Crystal Sun with the disc, looking at goalie in the net, gets the pass to Tyrant. Tyrant raining hard and supreme on that one. 6 points now on the side of Baby Ducks as they start rallying. You see some confidence rolling into their side. We'll see if White Roses can shut that down immediately and make them be quiet, because it's their turn. All right, here we go. The disc in the hand of Duel Game. Duel under pressure by a Crystal Sun, and they immediately turn it over in the mid. It is picked up and thrown deep by Stubbs. Stubbs not quite getting anything other than a flat bounce off the back wall, but his teammates are around in the zone, so they're continuing to move forward. That one taken out of the hands of Crystal Sun, though. The defense is really working well on the side of Roses. Again, taking it right out of the hand. Some kind of hero is definitely being a defensive hero tonight. We've seen a lot of good plays coming out of them, as the disc is just free in the trap. It's slapped by Hunter. Hunter moving forward. A nice leech by Duel Game to move forward of the other players and get ahead to get that disc. Looking back towards their own teammates. Duel moves back, cross under the bubble, finds a pass underneath to Hunter. What beautiful, amazing poise by Hunter. By Duel Game to find that pass over to Hunter to make the 6-6 game. Wow, what a play.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
42 people in the viewing arena here as we roll into the last 2 minutes of this round. Will we get an overtime? Will we get a victory? How will it go? I mean, it's anybody's ball game. As you can see, it's gone literally back and forth. The lead has changed over and over and over. And, nobody has stepped up to say, this is my round. We are taking this for my team. Crystal Sun, little lag there as we were seeing that one come through. Tyrant getting the cleanup on that one. It is now 8-6. So, we have, trade-offs, one after the other. One score from one side, one score from the other side. One score from one side, one score from the other. It's not gone too often to be 2 in a row. The last 2 in a row was Tyrant hanging 2 just a while back. Baby Ducks in this one. You see the rollout coming from Duel Game. Each wishing for an overtime as well. I'm kind of liking that idea as well. Hunter passing the disc down deep. We see some kind of hero working on the floor. He's got a goalie in the goal. Another player coming in. The goalie dives out. Underscore gets that one. Reads it beautifully and just steals it. That's a gutsy move. The long clear still on the fly, but it is finally handled and moved back into the middle of the arena. It is Tyrant picking it up. He has players all over the zone. Picks the cross pass to where he has 2 players over there, 3 players over there, and they immediately turn it right back over to Tyrant. So they're running the defense ragged back and forth across the bubble zone as the disc is free again. You have a pass on the shoulder. The shoulder reads. Oh, what a beautiful save by Vez. and they get the clear all the way out of the zone. Tyrant looking at it, but gets a hand on it. Stubbs getting another hand on it. It's just free again. It's moving slow. Vez picking it up, dumping it back a little bit. Oh, kind of off another player there as it slows down. Again, not finding its way out of the mid. We have 9 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5. Orange team needs to score right here. Score. That's over. It is done. And that is Baby Ducks taking this one back on their shoulders. Very, very close, very, very well fought match by both sides. What a fun one to call. You know, they don't get much better than that at any level. This one being a gold match and being a lot of fun on both sides. Looking at the final stats here, as we see, yeah, you know, back and forth. Tyrant getting MVP is what Newt calls out. Tyrant, yeah, definitely being the MVP, having 18 points. Points leader, assists, you know, has 2 assists, 2 saves, a steal, 34 stuns. You know, playing the game on both ends, as was Underscore on both ends, as was Stubbs on both ends. I mean, the whole team really well represented all across the board. I mean, you can see your midfielders and your back players, you know, don't often get the points and get the stats, but you know, sometimes it does be like that. On the other side, White Rose is doing a really good job. You know, it's just not quite making the claims when they needed them the most, and you know, just a squeaker in this last round. We have a little bit of a heavy side on them in the second round, and then the heavy side on the Ducks side on the first round. So you know, it just got tighter and tighter and tighter as we went along. But that's, you know, gonna do it for us for tonight. I've been Newt and Dad, and you know, on the cams we've had Newt underscore, the illustrious, wonderful kid, and you know, it's been super fun to get to cast with him and having him along in this casting journey. This was his first night on cams in the Echo Arena, so you know, it's a new thing, it's a fun thing, it's a different thing. I was just looking around to see if I had my my sponsors list here handy, which I don't. So I'm going to encourage you all to hang out during the credits to read the sponsors. Actually, I think Newt may actually chime in here. He may have. You got to unmute your mic there if you do it. So if we don't pick him up here in a cool moment.
Okay, so. Thanks to our sponsors at ProTube VR, Asterion Products, VR Cover, HyperX, Rebuff Reality, VRWare.net, and Border Foods.
So that's them. And you know what? That's us. We had a fun time. I hope you guys had a fun time. And until next time, I'm Newt and Dad. That's been Newt. We'll see you guys later.
VRML Echo Arena is brought to you by HyperX, Asterion Products, Border Foods, VR Cover, ProTube VR, Rebuff Reality, and VRWare.net.